just make sure you respect other people's culture. Do you know how bad it would be if I said I'm gonna speak Korean English? Hi everyone, Essence here, and today I'm back with another My Take video. Today I'll be talking about K-pop idols using African American English or African American vernacular, AAVE. To me, these are two different things. Black English can be a stereotype of what they perceive Black people to be. Meanwhile, African American vernacular is slang that most African American people use in our everyday lives, that people often just call Stan Twitter language or Gen Z language. However, these terms have been around for a really long time, and a lot of it is sacred to us because we are often told that we're not speaking proper English or that it sounds ghetto when we use these words that are so normalized in most of our vocabularies. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, I decided that today I would talk about K-pop idols using African American vernacular or being told to speak Black English, because when there's an English speaker in a K-pop group, I feel like they're often asked to speak like this. It's a bit less frequent with fourth generation groups. I don't know if they got lucky because like the pandemic hit and they don't like have to go through these things as much, or it's just like less requested of them. But second generation groups and third generation groups definitely had a lot of issues with speaking with this very stereotypical and mocking Black English, so-called. Yeah, then I'll just insert clips of idols speaking what they perceive to be Black English.
Girl, what did you say, girl? No, you ain't doing that. 약간 이 표정도 막 이렇게 하고. I can't believe you would do this to me.
Girl, you know you need to... Oh, back up, okay? First of all, that man is my man. Gina, I am talking to you.
I told you to just leave him, okay?
Hold up, I know you're not giving me an attitude.
흑인 영어래요? 어떻게 하는 거야? 보여주세요.
Sure, man. His beats is cold and then rap monster.
Now, when you see these idols speaking Black English, you have to ask yourselves, well, where did they learn Black English from? Because it's obviously not in their schools. So you have to think, did they watch movies to learn this? Did they actually meet actual Black people and more than a movie and more than a stereotypical way? Because when you think about these stereotypes, they really are very negative and do project a bad image of the Black community. Wendy, for example, she said that Black women are sort of like, I'm not, like, it's a super stereotypical and caricature way to portray Black women and to generalize all of us as that sort of like head bobbing, girl, no way, I'm not going to do that sort of personality is extremely disrespectful. And yes, there are Black women like that, but where Wendy grew up, I'm sure she didn't encounter them, especially because she went to such affluent areas. She lived in an affluent area when she was in Canada and went to a school that was I went to a private school that was very well off in the area. So I doubt that she met Black women that spoke like that there. Then again, it also like makes you feel like they're portraying you as the stereotype. They don't know anything more than about Black people than that, and it always makes you remember things that like this is what they subjugate Black people to. This is what they minimize us as. So speaking Black English, or what they perceive to be Black English, is very disrespectful because they don't speak white English when they just speak English. It's just considered English. So for them to even have a Black English, it's a bit racist and extremely ignorant of them. This is where fourth gen idols get caught up in this. African American vernacular, or AAVE. Now, a lot of fourth generation idols have gotten caught up in the use of AAVE. Now, here's some screen caps. Kevin from The Boys and Kehoe from P, H1 Harmony are some of the main people who I think of, where people are like, oh, you go Gen Z Kings. Now, Kevin gets called out a lot for it, and he recently made a statement apologizing and promising not to use this language in the future, and so far he's been holding up to his end. He hasn't been using it in his captions, so good for him. Now, Kehoe doesn't use it as much as I was originally led to believe, but calling him a Gen Z king because he uses AAVE, Let's start there. That's not cute. AAVE, he should just make sure he cuts it out. Even if he was on Stan Twitter, it's not Stan Twitter language, as we all know. It's AAVE. He should do his best to cut this out of his vocabulary before it becomes a habit and he turns into Kevin with being on the AAVE mistakes page for K-pop, like Kevin often was. Alvin from One Is kept saying no cap for some reason. It's like idols learn these words, but they don't even know what they mean. They don't know how to use these words. They're just using them to sound cool because they see it on websites or pages. But it's actually more than Stan Twitter language. It's words that we use every day. And I have to say this, non-black people really do ruin these terms. Like, it's the that for me, or it's the this for me, or busing, or slaps. Like, they take these things and they sort of overuse these terms in ways we don't even use them in their everyday vocabulary, water down the meaning of it and make it less funny, make it less fun to use in our language, in our everyday language, because they sort of ruin these words. It's like the minute black people create a word or do something, create anything, other people like jump onto it and without even knowing the meaning and without even respecting us for creating it. Like, look at AAVE. On Twitter, people call it Gen Z language or Stan Twitter language. They don't even understand the background or where it came from. So I think in the future, idols need to be mindful of what they say and what they do, because it really does make an impact. Like when Wendy went to Chicago. These fans are calling her racist, y'all. They were chanting racist, because of the way she had stereotypically portrayed black people, as black men as gangsters, black women as these dramatic, super sassy characterizations. And that's why idols really need to be careful, because when they come to America or a place with a lot of black people, the reception most likely won't be warm, especially if you keep doing what feels insulting to our culture. Just make sure you respect other people's culture. Do you know how bad it would be if I said I'm gonna speak Korean English? What would even be Korean English? Let's start there. So when we think of, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it is that big of a deal. Don't make stereotypes out of people, especially when they say that they're harmful. Now, thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on my notification bell, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!